Hey, Smyrna Elementary families, welcome back to 5 Questions with Mr. Tracy. This is episode 6, and we have the infamous Nurse B. Nurse B, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Smart Elementary.
So, Nurse B went through quite a bit of schooling to become a nurse because to get that kind of expertise, it takes a little while. She went to Del Tech to get her associates. She got her bachelor's degree from Immaculata. She got her master's from Wilmington, and then she got her nurse school certificate from the University of Delaware. You kind of almost touched them all here in Delaware, Nurse B.
Yes, I have.
And then she started her career with nursing. She did 7 years as a long-term care nurse in a nursing home. She did 13 years at Christiana Hospital. She was a sub-nurse for 4 years with a lot of that time focused on Smyrna Elementary. And we've been blessed to have her for the last 6 years. So she has 30 years in the nursing field, which is pretty exciting for us that we have someone that really knows the ins and outs of nursing.
Definitely, I'm experienced.
Yes. So, Nurse B, we're going to get into our questions.
Okay.
And get them up. Our first question actually comes from a former student, Savannah Snow. And she says, since we've been out, what do you miss most about school?
I miss everything. I miss getting up in the morning. I miss getting dressed, putting on a little mascara. I miss all of that. But then at Smyrna Elementary, I miss everybody. I miss the students. I miss the staff. I miss laughing with the kids. Kids are funny. They say funny things, and I miss that. I miss that day-to-day talking with kids and laughing with them and making them feel better and everything. I miss everything. I miss my office.
Mr. Reed also mentioned that he misses, how much the kids make us laugh and how much they do for us. I think that that's the one thing I hope they would realize is that they do a lot more for us, I think, than we do for them.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's the reason I get up in the morning.
Right. Mrs. McCarthy wants to know, what's your favorite part about being a school nurse?
School nursing was a lot different than working in the hospital. In the hospital, you have a lot of people around you. You have doctors. If somebody's sick, you have a lot of other people you can kind of talk to and ask questions and bounce things off of. Being in the school, you're the only one. You're there. If somebody comes in and they're sick, you're the only one that can really take care of them, besides their parents, of course. So I miss, or my favorite part of, not that I miss, my favorite part is seeing a kid come in and they're not feeling well or they have a problem and I can help them with it. I miss seeing their smiles. Like, you have no idea. My favorite part is seeing their smiles, or making them smile, making them feel better. Whenever I can help them and they smile on their way out, I think that's my favorite part. But
well,
just
and
I
know for me, it's because my children, have both gone through Smyrna Elementary. One's still there. There's been many mornings where, or even at bedtime where I don't feel good or this has happened, and I'll say, well, I think we should do this, but we're going to check with Nurse B tomorrow, or let's check with Nurse B when we get to school. And sometimes they're like, can we just ask Nurse B? So,
and I love to hear that. I love to hear that. I do.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part overall is seeing them smile or helping them to smile, helping them to feel better.
Our next question comes, it's a blast from the past from Mrs. Capone. She says, Nurse B, when you get sick, who takes care of you? And do you get to send yourself home from school sick?
Well, I try never to get sick. So I think because I've been in the school and around sick people, in the hospital, and some, most kids that are sick, they come to see me. So my body gets very used to being sick. So I really don't get sick often. But I also try to keep myself very healthy. Of course, like I always tell the kids, blow your nose, get the boogers out, and drink lots of water and sleep well. And I do try to do all that. I have been sick maybe once or twice. I think one year I was very sick. I had a stomach bug around Christmas, and I did have to send myself home. So I called up another nurse to come in for me, and I let Mr. Morrison, was the principal at the time, and I told him I needed to go home because I needed to lay down, and I did.
Gotcha.
So.
All right. Question 4 comes from the Hall family. What made you want to become a nurse?
That's funny because I never really thought about it when I was younger. I kind of didn't think that I was smart enough to be a nurse, which is silly now that I think about it. But I thought there was a class for a CNA, which is a certified nursing assistant. And I thought, well, that sounds like fun. I think I'm going to try it. And I did. It was a Dell Tech in Dover. And I started there and I fell in love with it. I never knew that I can love a job so much. And one thing my mother did tell me was, if you love a job, you'll never work another day in your life. And it's the truth. I love my job. So that's where I started. I started as a nursing assistant, and I thought, now I want to be a nurse. And I went back to school and I got my associate's degree, and then I got my bachelor's, my master's, and here I am.
Well, we're so glad that you made that choice, because you make every day at our school, that much easier to get through, because we know that we have you if we need you.
Well, thank you.
Our last question is, what message do you want to send to our students as they're working from home right now? What encouragement can you give them?
That's a tough one. So I guess my message is basically, know that we are here for you and we miss you and we love you. We do want you to stay safe. And right now, the safest place for you to stay home, of course, good hand washing, drinking plenty of water, blowing that nose, you know how it is, blowing that nose, and getting plenty of rest at night. But my message is just stay home until they say it's safe enough for us to come out and all be together again. That would be my message for right now.
Great message. Hey, remind me if I'm wrong. I think Carter had come to you at one point with an ear issue, and I think you had mentioned or recommended blowing his nose with his mouth open. Was that you?
It might have been.
I don't close my mouth now when I blow my nose. It seems so much better now. So
it's hard.
It's enlightening, though. I mean, you can hear it through your ears. It's really a crazy thing.
Well, I always tell the kids, everything is connected. Everything, your ears, your nose, even your eyes, where you have the tears coming out of the little tear ducts. Sometimes when everything is all clogged and you blow your nose, sometimes it's kind of gross, but tears can actually shoot out of your tear ducts. It's all connected. The back of your throat, it's all connected. So if your ears are clogged and your nose, everything is clogged, and you blow your nose, you can actually kind of you can't really pop the eardrum, but it will pop, it will hurt. So it's a pressure thing. It's all that pressure in there. So
well, as we're going through allergy season, I'm using that recommendation, and it seems to be helping me a little bit not stay as congested. So,
absolutely. And everybody's different. Sometimes it works better with your mouth closed. Sometimes it works better with one side. Doctors say to blow both sides together, but I always say blow both sides and then blow one side and then the other side. Blowing those boogers out are so important. Having boogers are important. And a lot of kids who've come into my office, they have had the explanation of why boogers are important. And right now with this virus going around, we're breathing it in through our nose. We breathe in, and right now I have boogers. Can you hear them?
A little bit.
Boogers are good, right? We know boogers are good because it stops all the germs from getting inside of our body. So the germs get stuck in those boogers, and then we're supposed to blow it out. Very, very important to blow it out. If you don't blow it out and you sniff it back in, your body is like, hey, get out. And it makes more and more boogers, so it runs out. Sometimes you sneeze it out.
You should write a book on,
boogers?
Everybody has boogers. You can title Everybody Has Boogers. There you go.
Boogers are good.
They are.
Your body is so smart, and it makes boogers to protect yourself. So blow out those boogers.
All right. Well, we appreciate you joining us today. Folks, just so you know, Nurse B and I kind of live close to each other. She checked in on us 2 weeks ago when she was walking her dog. She rode her bike by. And I've lived in my house for almost 8 years now, and I had never seen Nurse B before this whole pandemic. So I think she kind of knew. I think that since I started this 5-question show, she's wanted to come on the show so bad that she started coming by my house so that she can get on. So I'm glad we got that accomplished.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It was a lot of fun.
All right. Well, maybe we'll check in with you, later on down the road.
Absolutely. I miss everybody. Stay safe.
We miss you too. Thanks, Tracy.